So wonderful to see everyone today. I'm Amanda Hollinger, and I'm truly honored to be able to serve as the Executive Director of the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance and to welcome everyone to our 4th annual Head and Neck Cancer Survivorship Symposium and our first one in person. So thank you all for being here today. We really appreciate your time, and we are also grateful to welcome all the people that we know are attending with us today remotely. We're already getting introductions in the chat and questions in the Q&A, so we're excited to have you with us as well today. The mission of the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance is to advance prevention, detection, treatment, and rehabilitation for head and neck cancer. And we do that primarily through the programs that we offer. We have a peer-to-peer support community mentor program. We have an online support community. We have a gas card program that helps provide transportation assistance to treatment. We have a clinical trial finder, research efforts, and various educational programs and webinars throughout the year, as well as our awareness-raising campaigns in April and our Move-a-thon. And our vision is really that no patient feels alone during their experience with head and neck cancer. It is a very challenging diagnosis and treatment, and we want everyone to know that when they're first diagnosed, when they're going through treatment and through on into survivorship, that they're not alone, that there are people out there, and that we can be a support community. So we are grateful to be here today, and I just want to say thank you to so many people that have helped make today possible. A special thank you to Eileen Sexton, our Director of Programs, who has really spearheaded this effort. Thank you, Eileen. And thank you to our other team members, Nancy Bonfield and Emily Lutz, and to all our volunteers and panelists today, and especially our incredible Head and Neck Cancer Alliance Board of Directors, whose vision and guidance helps us every day. If you could raise your hand if you're on the Board of Directors. Thank you so much. And finally, I'd like to thank our sponsors, without whom today would also not be possible, especially Merck and Genentech and EMD Serono. And we have a short message of welcome from our presenting sponsor, EMD Serono.
Hello, Head and Neck Cancer Alliance community. I'm Andrew Patterson, Chief Marketing Officer at EMD Serono. And I'd like to welcome you all to the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance and American Head and Neck Society's 4th annual Survivorship Symposium, the first to be done in person. Earlier this year, we at EMD Serono joined you in the inaugural Move-a-thon, with our colleagues logging well over 2,000 miles in our efforts to raise awareness for the disease. We're extremely proud to once again sponsor the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance in its efforts to serve those living with head and neck cancers. Our company has long been a leader in supporting the head and neck cancer community, and we remain deeply committed to learning from those most directly affected by the disease through ongoing collaborations such as this. I wish you all an educational and supportive event.
Thank you. And now I would like to introduce 2 of our board members, Dr. Michael Moore, who is our board president and a dedicated, compassionate surgeon at IU Health. We're grateful to have your leadership and have you with us today. And Jason Mendelsohn, who many of you may know, he is also a board member as well as a survivor ambassador, and I'll let him share more about his story in a minute, but excited to turn it over to them to get the program launched. Thank you.
Am I on? Ooh, I am. So first I want to thank Amanda and her team. They've done a remarkable job working tirelessly for months upon months to make today happen. So really appreciative of Amanda and her team. As well, we want to welcome the more than 840 online registrants for today's event, as well as the 75 people that are here in person. And I want to tell you from my heart why this is important very quickly. It's amazing to think for me that 9 years ago I rang the bell and finished treatment, and that today we get to sit in a room with survivors, doctors, nurse practitioners, dentists, who am I leaving out? Speech pathologists, all of which have dedicated their time for an entire day to help survivors like me and you better our lives. And so the fact that we're all here today with experts in the field and that we can all be together is really meaningful. And again, I hope you have a wonderful day, and you'll hear a lot more from me in the future and later today. Anyway, thank you again.
Great, thanks, Jason. Welcome to Indianapolis. It's sorry we all of a sudden had abrupt entry into the fall weather. It had been sunny and warm leading up to this, but thank you all for being here, and thanks to those who are joining us remotely. I did want to also acknowledge our IU Health team who helped with the registration, Jenny, Ann, Deborah, Sarah, and Will. Thank you guys. It's a Saturday morning. You're here helping us with organizing this great event, and certainly thanks to all the Alliance staff as well. So just a brief background, then we want to get into the program, but there are a few logistical things. So on your table, there's access to the Wi-Fi and a password. There's also, I don't know if we can go pan up to on the screen where the link was, if anybody wants to access it from. If we could go back a couple slides to the beginning. Yeah, so there's the link in case you want to join the session on your computer as well, and this will be archived if you ever want to access this down the road. So this has been a long time in coming, this in-person event. I can't tell you how excited I am for it. We're going to learn as much from you as you will from some of the health professionals. Probably about 5 or 6 years ago, Sherry Ann Nathan, who at the time was the president of the Head and Neck Society, kind of spawned the idea of doing a national meeting that was focused on head and neck cancer survivorship. As many of you are living now, life continues after your cancer treatment, and the goal is not only to stay cancer-free, but how do you do it with the best possible quality of life? And so I think we're all beginning to really gain additional information on how we can do this and do this better. And so through Dr. Nathan's leadership and partnering with the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance, we started planning for what was going to be our first event back in 2020, and obviously that was planned to be in Chicago in person, and then this thing called COVID came into the fray. And so we pivoted and converted this to a webinar series that we've started on a regular basis, and those are ongoing as a collaborative between the two organizations, focusing on different topics that are important to you. And so over time, we began to realize that the timing was appropriate and the energy was there to really bring this sense of the community back to in-person event, and that's what today is the first one of hopefully many of these that will have not only in-person gatherings but also virtual venues as well. It's going to be an exciting day focusing on many topics that you all are affected by every day. We've intentionally partnered national experts from around the field within healthcare who have come in today to share their perspective with us, but also partnered them with a head and neck cancer survivor and or a caregiver to really give their vision from what they face in the trenches, so you can hopefully get a rich understanding of not only, one, that you're not alone with many of these challenges, but two, how do you continue to work through them and move forward with that. And so really couldn't be more excited to spend the day with all of you. Over the course of the day, we're going to have sessions leading up to lunch. At the lunch session, we will have breakout topics of 3 particular interests: dry mouth, difficulty swallowing, and survivorship care plans. And we'll also have some brief stretching exercises during some of the breaks as well, for those of you who may get a little stiff having to sit here in a didactic room most of the day. So again, reach out to any of us over the course of the day with any questions. In the live stream, there is an ongoing chat. If you enter things, please identify yourself if you're comfortable, and we'll try and bring all those to the group, as well as the Q&A. We'll have people monitoring that in real time, both to answer them in some of the sessions and then hopefully answer some of those just online as well. So without further ado, I want to get on to the rest of the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Moore. real quickly, I just want to tell you why, again, I am enthusiastic about today and about the growth of the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance, which is the organization that, like I told you, I've been involved with for approximately 7 years, that embraced me and my story, and we knew that we could help survivors just like the people in this room and the ones online. And so it's really significant. I decided to be a part of the organization because I knew and hoped that I could share my story to help save lives worldwide was my goal. And I figured, having been through it, others could make sure that they didn't feel alone, that anyone diagnosed with an HPV cancer diagnosis didn't need to be ashamed, and that we could have people leave the shadows and get out there and lead their lives and just go make things happen. But there's no reason to ever be embarrassed with an HPV diagnosis, and that was me, and I wanted to make sure I could share and communicate that with others. But the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance has so many programs that can help so many people. So the first panel is being moderated by Dr. Tony Eskender, and that will be Managing Head and Neck Cancer Radiation Side Effects. So if you could join us on stage, please.
Thank you. Thanks.
I'm pleased to recognize a gentleman today who has nearly 2 decades of commitment to this cause that we've been speaking about for the earlier part of today. Soon following his 2005 diagnosis, he has spent countless hours supporting others with head and neck cancer, not only ongoing patients but also survivors. And he regularly organizes free head and neck cancer screenings and is an advocate for improved dental care for head and neck cancer patients and survivors. He himself is a survivor of stage 4 tongue cancer, and he is now a motivational speaker and trainer, as well as the founder of Western Ohio Oral Head and Neck Cancer Support Programs. He dedicates his time to coordinating at least 5 free head and neck cancer screening events per year in the surrounding area as part of the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance's Oral and Head and Neck Cancer Awareness Week. And the screenings are offered primarily to uninsured and disadvantaged individuals in Western Ohio. He serves as a survivor mentor for the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance peer-to-peer program and supports many who are newly diagnosed with these types of tumors and helps them through their journey, providing perspective that certainly no healthcare provider could completely capture. I'm honored to recognize the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance Ambassador Hank Doneski from Union, Ohio, and want to give him the first inaugural Head and Neck Cancer Alliance Distinguished Service Award. So Hank, I wonder if you could come up and join us.
Thank you.
I don't know if you want to say anything. You don't have to. This is on the spot here. So.
Yeah, it was. I would like to thank one individual in this room who's responsible for me being here. He is an Indianapolis native. His name is John Groves. John, are you still in the room here? John just left. Okay. Are you his wife? No. Okay. When we first started our programs, we started off simply with a support group, then we advanced to a awareness and education program, and then a education and screening program. When we got into the screenings, we were doing it on our own without anything, just our own knowledge. And through another association, John found me and told me about the Head and Neck Cancer Alliance. And that's when we first got involved with the Alliance and have used their program faithfully ever since. And because of the forms and the way that they're set up, we can say that we have probably done an estimated 3,000 or more free oral cancer screenings in a 9-year period. And we are not a nonprofit. We are known as a unprofit. Do you know what a nonprofit is? A nonprofit operates in this manner. A nonprofit operates in this manner. But with the help of a lot of generous people, doctors, different organizations, we've been able to succeed with it. Sadly, COVID has shut all of that down. There are no longer any local health fairs, and very, 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 very few dentists that now want to do it. And Ohio sadly does not have a dental therapy bill where we can just have dental hygienists come in and help us with it. They have to have a supervisory dentist on staff when we do these. So we're kind of in limbo for a while. But Amanda, Eileen, Dr. Dave, all of you, thank you very, very much for this.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Hank. So just